5 franchises I don't like watching their games. One of them was my baseball team, the Tampa Bay Rays. I hate our home games. Hate our home games.
Yeah, I told you
that place is a dump and it's boring on television.
I've been to 4 games at Tropicana, and it is one of the worst atmospheres. I mean, you can hear conversation.
Yeah, like I like it when my team's on the road, right? Or it's the playoffs. So the Rays are there. Any DC team, the best of them are your Nationals, but any DC team, I don't like.
They were hard to watch last 2 years.
The Capitals, the Bullets, Wizards, whatever they are now, the Commanders, Redskins, whatever they are now.
Okay.
All the DC teams. The Ravens, I don't like Ravens home games. I don't like to watch Ravens games, period.
Really? That's interesting.
Vikings, I've hated since I was a kid watching
stadium.
Vikings games. It's better now and that they're in the new stadium, but I don't like pretty much anything in Minnesota.
They do hammer that horn some.
And then, sorry, Forrester, Falcons, because I was forced the Falcons so much as a youngster.
I can't believe you don't like the Vikings. The Vikings might be the nicest stadium I've ever been in.
I've been in it for a Final Four basketball venue. I've never been there for a football game, but that goes back to my childhood. I just never liked watching Vikings.
Did you ever watch them outside?
Yeah, that was when it started. When I was a kid, they played outside games. Just never liked watching Viking games. And Falcons to me, because that was the game. I mean, it was the Dolphins on one channel and the Falcons on the other. And I wanted to watch good teams, and the Falcons was not one, so I always had to watch the Dolphins.
One thing the Falcons used to do is because they were crammed in the NFC West, we used to get them on CBS on the NFC late game. And we were like 2% of the country that was getting that game. And the good game, the Cowboys, I'm sure playing somebody, Cowboys at 49ers, it was on the national game, but we didn't get it because we were in the Falcons TV window. And we'd always get Falcons playing no offense, the Rams in an NFC West game. And I'm like, well, I really want to watch the national game. Yeah. And that was before Sunday Ticket and all that.
So I do like it now. We get a lot more of the national games. Patrick says, will Jimmy D be a Rays fan when they move to Nashville? Brownie, tell him.
Dunaway has said that from day one. I want them in Nashville.
Before Nashville people even started talking about Tampa moving to Nashville, I said I wanted the Rays to move to Nashville.
Yeah, Dunaway's he's been very consistent with that.
All for that.
You want me to go?
Yes.
Number 5 for me, the Oakland Athletics. I kind of like their uniform, actually. I got nothing particular against this team. It just feels like they're playing in a stadium where they've been served foreclosure and they're trying to rush the games in before they have to move out.
That's a good one, Brown.
Yeah, the stadium's a dump, man. And it's empty. Nobody's there. It's poorly constructed for baseball.
When I was a kid, I used to love to watch Oakland Raider games, though, there for some reason.
I didn't. I've never liked any game that had an infield.
Yeah, I'm with Lance. I hate it. And the Dolphins used to play that.
Yeah, the Rams did too.
Robbie, yeah.
God, you got a good list.
Texans, number 4. It's just the stadium's just kind of soulless and boring. The franchise is just bad.
Good stadium.
Oh, you think so?
I mean, the time I went,
it just doesn't show well on TV. It just looks soulless to me on TV.
Yeah, well, and good thing is we get the Final Four there in the Super Bowl.
That's right. Yeah. National championship game.
That's what it is. Final Four and national championship.
Timberwolves. I can't tell you the time I've watched a Timberwolves game, but I needed an NBA team.
Almost went to a game. Almost went to a game when I was up for the Final Four. They happened to be playing on the off day and decided not to.
They used to have pretty good crowds at the Target Center.
Yeah, Marlins. I've actually visited that stadium when we were down there. Just kind of just a yucky, soulless stadium. Nobody goes to their games. The uniforms are bad. I just never have liked the Marlins. And then the Commanders. Like even back in the Redskins days when Joe Gibbs had good teams, I hated watching them at RFK.
Me too.
That stadium they play in now, just it's soulless and just I don't know. The games are ugly.
RFK looked like a place they made with aluminum siding.
I agree, Lance. RFK just looked like a dump, and that new stadium they play in, FedEx Field, it's just
not so new now. It's old.
Yeah, it's old. Yeah,
I actually liked RFK better.
Maybe so.
Because it had that clock that with hands. It was like
nothing's better than that.
Analog. Wasn't like the digital clock. It was one that you actually moved. It was always over on the side. It was huge.
And I remember when the Nationals first started, they played in RFK. Do you guys remember that? Their first couple seasons were in RFK.
Easy home run left field.
Yeah.
What about your list?
I'm going to start with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that.
They doesn't deserve to have a franchise.
They're putting tarps up now.
It's almost the whole AFC South. The AFC South is really hard to watch.
The Jags, though, at least they're playing pretty good football now, and it looks like they've got a future. But, I've been to a game at that stadium, and it's been to a couple. Even the renovation's not good. Watching the Pitt Panthers on a Saturday.
I agree.
Because they're playing in Heinz Field.
You're seeing nothing but yellow, empty seats.
When I was a kid, They used to play some in their on-campus stadium, and it seemed better then. It was just a bowl stadium, but it seemed like more of a college feel.
Because they were better then.
Yeah.
Hey, again, we were talking in a meeting the other day, and I'm like, the Pitt Panthers are advertising all over the place. So why don't you take that money, build a new stadium?
Yeah, I agree.
By the way, you got a good list, too.
Number 3, the Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah,
I mean, watching them,
Yep.
it is awful.
Hard
And-
Rock Stadium, nobody goes to the games.
You know, and Hard Rock's not a bad place.
No, it's a nice stadium
we've
that
all
they've
been
redone
there.
it, yeah.
Did shows there. Number 2, Oregon Hoops.
Yeah, terrible floor.
I just get dizzy. I can't believe none of us put Boise, by the way. 'Cause
Yeah.
Boise State
No,
football
I used to
they're
love
not on
it.
TV anymore.
I used to love it. Now I hate it.
and Missouri football.
yeah,
Yeah,
but people
don't-
sitting on rocks like snakes.
Yeah.
Yep.
When you've got rocks in the end
Well,
zone.
and I'll tell you what, I
And
didn't
you're
know
the SEC.
I didn't do any college games, but here's a thing that bugs me about Missouri football and Syracuse football is the camera angle is too low because Syracuse is playing football in a basketball arena, basically, and Missouri's playing football in a high school stadium. So their camera angles are too low for college football.
You know, actually, this is a rarity. I mean, we just threw out 15, and there is none that I disagree with.
Yeah, I'm kind
Obviously mine. You guys hated mine, but I
No.
love all 5 of yours.
obviously.
Well, I mean, he loves the Vikings.
No, I think the Vikings is a bad call.
Yeah, but
It's your call.
I agree. I could have gone 15 deep and put all of those on there too.
We forgot Boise, though. I know they're not on as much. You'll still catch them on ESPN,
randomly
too, at 9:30.
Yeah, but they used to be on all the time. We used to get force-fed Boise back in the day.
I'll fix my list.
What are you going to do, Jim? Who'd you take off? Did you take off Minnesota and you could put Boise on there?
Just to,
Just to make it official.
well, you know me. I'm always trying to appease Lance.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, always.
Yeah, there we go. Boise State.
Hey, Boise
Yeah,
State.
yeah,
That way.
yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
I agree with Greg. The old Orange Bowl had a soul, man.
No, it did
It
have some
did. It
character.
did. I like the old Orange Bowl for both the Hurricanes and the Dolphins.
I don't like watching Grizzly games either. I like watching Ja when he's on the road.